governments will not act unless they also understand and unless they have pressure from their citizens. And the citizens will not create pressure unless they understand the impact of climate change.
Water pollution is the contamination of water bodies like lakes, rivers, oceans, and groundwater. It occurs when pollutants are discharged directly or indirectly into water bodies without adequate treatment to remove compounds. Humans, plants, and other living organisms are usually affected. In almost all cases, the effect is damaging not only to individual species and population, but also to the natural biological communities.
Part of water contamination is that enormous on human health and other sediment dwellers. There are various kinds of contaminants and pollutants that could actually affect water. We have some we call heavy metals, we have trace organics. They have health implications. For example, most of the trace organics are carcinogenic. Of course, that's in a layman, it causes cancer. There have been hepatitis reports on some of these pollutants, and there are quite a number of enormous health implications if they persist.
Water pollution is a major global problem, and as industrialization spread across the globe, so is the challenge associated with it. When the Earth's population was much smaller, no one imagined pollution would ever pose serious problems. It was once popularly believed that the oceans were too big to be polluted. Today, with more than 7 billion people on the planet, it has become evident that there are limits. Pollution is one of the signs that humans have exceeded this. Many factors can affect the cleanliness of water bodies. They include chemical pollution, where, for instance, chemical waste from industries pollutes surface and groundwater. Another major pollutant is petroleum. Presence of fertilizers and waste in water sources kill fishes and other aquatic creatures. Water can also be polluted by presence of disease-causing germs and microorganisms. This can result in disorders in people once they enter the body.
I would not advise anyone to go and take polluted water. And where we have polluted water, it's the responsibility of government to ensure that the pollution is either reduced or stopped and the water is properly cleaned. It depends on what is polluting the water. It could be a chemical, it could be discharge from sewage system, it could be anything. If it's chemical, chemicals will destroy the body depending on what kind of chemical, what part of the body to affect. If it's sewage, it could have infection, it could be infected. The combination will be cholera or diarrhea or all those funny things. So the idea is you should not even encourage people drinking polluted water. Where you have polluted water, that water must be treated. And to address that globally, that's why this government is focusing on reactivating all those mini water works or water corporations.
Many factories in Nigeria are located on river banks, and they use them as open seaways for their effluents. The major industries responsible for this trend include petroleum, mining, wood and pulp, pharmaceuticals, and textiles, among others. From time to time, accidental oil spillages and pipeline vandalism have also rendered useless local sources of water supply and freshwater living resources, especially in rural areas.
There's a need for us, for scientists, to actually carry out detailed analysis of these water bodies, know what is in there and begin to give a report, an informed information to the government that, that this is exactly what is happening here and this is how we can actually curtail it. I've just given you a general way of actually in which we can control some of these things by making sure that we avoid spillage, either discriminate or indiscriminately by making sure that our industries discharge and treat their effluent properly and discharge or properly recycle them, by making sure that inhabitants of these areas carry out proper sanitations of the environment. They don't defecate anywhere. They make sure that they dispose the refuse where they should dispose, either organic refuse or inorganic refuse. They should be disposed properly, so that all these will not have their way into the water bodies. Because if they do, they definitely will still have this problem in our hands.
Each waterworks has a laboratory in which the water is analyzed before it's pumped out to ensure that it meets the World Health Organization standard. That is under the Quality Assurance Department. The establishment of the regulatory agency is presently ongoing. As regards pollution by industrial concerns, the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency is there to monitor the activities. So it is not expected, or it is not considered to be an open avenue for discharge of untreated effluent. That comes under the purview of the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency.
Most Nigerians are not aware, however, that a large part of water pollution can be traced to their doorsteps. Preventing water pollution should be everyone's concern. Every year, many people, especially children, die as a result of contaminated waters. There are many ways to prevent aqua pollution, but the most important is to make sure toxic products such as paints, oil, petrol, polishes, cleaning products, chemicals, and household products are properly disposed of.